Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all keeping well on this very windy, wet, blustery morning in Alberta. This morning, we are looking at, does chewing actually help you lose weight? What does the science say? So, I think in general, people know that chewing can help with weight loss, but let's look at the studies. In this first study, we're looking at a meta analysis of 40 randomized controlled trials. Now, randomized controlled trials are like the gold standard for studies. They're how we assess cause and effect because they're experiments showing actual cause and effect data, not correlational. So, this meta analysis found that making people chew their food more caused people to feel less hungry, have less desire to eat, and to eat less feed during the meal. The title of this study is Influence of Oral Processing on Appetite and Food Intake, a systemic review and meta-analysis. All of the studies that I cite in this video will be shared in the description, so you'll find the links there. So what we see here is that causally making people chew more actually makes people eat less. Another study showed the same effect. This one was titled Increasing the Number of Chews Before Swallowing Reduces Meal Size in Normal, Overweight, and Obese Adults. This study had the same effect as the average of the studies in the meta analysis that we just looked at. This study had 45 participants eat pizza for lunch in a lab. They split the participants into three groups. The first group chewed their food as they normally would. The second group chewed 50% more, and the third group chewed double what they normally would, or twice as much. And what they found was that the group that chewed 50% more, they ate 10% less naturally as a result of chewing more. They were also more satiated. But the people who chewed twice as much, they ate 15% less. So for the people who ate twice as much, for example, a pizza that contained 200 calories, these people ate 30 calories less. And both groups, the 50% and double chewing one, both groups felt just as satisfied as the group who chewed less but ate more. So, another study which combined mindfulness and chewing longer, titled A Combined Mindfulness Prolonged Chewing Intervention Reduces Body Weight, Food Cravings, and Emotional Eating. This was a randomized controlled study done for over 8 weeks with 46 participants, half of who were put into a group intervention of chewing more, and the other half were just put into their control group. The first group had participants come into the lab and they were made do training sessions on chewing their food for a really long time until the food was completely masticated and almost liquefied. They also had them pay attention to their food. So, mindfulness around the taste and the texture and the whole experience of eating that food. And what they found was the chewing more group lost over 1 point more of their BMI, or the basal or their body index, compared to the group who were just chewing as normal and eating as they normally would. So just by chewing more over 8 weeks, this group lost more body weight than the control group. And at a follow up 4 weeks later, they had still maintained the loss. They also saw that the people in the chewing more group had their cravings go down, their emotional eating had reduced, and even their tendencies to eat according to external cues had decreased. For example, being around other people eat, watching your friend eat, being in social gatherings, they were less likely to partake or feel the need to eat. They also noticed more awareness around hunger and satiety hormones and feelings. So that goes back to even the emotional eating. So, how does chewing help you lose weight though? It can't just be the few extra calories that you burn from chewing longer. No, it's not that. Chewing and even tearing and crunching and biting, these all signal our digestive and our hunger and satiety hormones. And I teach my clients about this in our master's guide and even my one-to-one sessions. But I've also spoken about this a lot over the years. It's in my biohacking group that the more you chew, the more these digestive hormones get signaled to tell you that you have, in fact, eaten and that you are satiated. Unlike when you just have liquid nutrition, if you just had a smoothie for breakfast with nothing to crunch on or chew or tear or bite, there's a higher likelihood that you're going to have increased hunger later in the day, but also a higher likelihood of cravings because you bypassed these digestive hormones. So, chewing longer seems to stimulate these hunger and satiety hormones, specifically leptin and ghrelin, more leptin being our satiety hormone, ghrelin being our hunger hormone. There was a study titled the effects of chewing on appetite, food intake, and gut hormones, a systemic review and meta analysis. And they stated in this study increasing the number of chews per bite increased gut hormones release. Mastication promotes satiety by influencing appetite, intake, and hormone release. Evidence currently suggests that chewing may decrease self reported hunger and food intake, possibly through alterations in gut hormone responses related to satiety. So, in all, yes, chewing your food more does cause you to consume less food, feel more satiated, feel less hungry between meals, have lower instances of emotional eating and feeling the need to eat when others around you are eating, but it also will directly influence your body mass index, the BMI. So, hopefully, you found this helpful. I appreciate your support on all of my videos, especially the more recent ones, because they actually do take a lot of time, especially where the research has to be dug out and where the studies are involved. And I don't monetize these videos through YouTube. I am not sponsored by anyone. So if you would like to support me in making these videos, if you enjoy these and my podcasts and would like me to keep doing it, it would really mean a lot to me if you bought me a coffee. The coffee helps my brain work and it helps me do all the research and the teaching. I will share the links in the comments. I really appreciate those of you who have supported me already. I do love coffee. Thank you so much for your generosity, especially in these more recent videos. I hope you're all really enjoying them. And I will be back hopefully with another good one soon to help you make real differences in your health journey with tangible information that's easy to put into practice. Okay, everyone, stay dry today, and I will speak to you all soon.